Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel Fabio's Film Files. I'm back with a new video about the movie Seberg, which is based on the life of Jean Seberg, who was an actress and activist back in the 60s, 70s. Seberg definitely led an interesting life, but does it really warrant to be made into a movie? That's one of the questions I will try to answer, or points I will talk about in this video. And I will also touch upon Kristen Stewart's performance. So, here we go! The visuals don't really stand out much in this movie, except for a few costumes worn by Kristen Stewart and her makeup, which looks great all the time, but else it's cool, it's okay, it's not impressive. Same goes for the audio. It doesn't really take anything away from the movie, but it doesn't add to it either. The movie focuses on Jean Seberg and how she becomes involved with the Black Panther Party and other political parties which fight for equal rights in America, and how Jean Seberg supports them financially and uses her fame to promote their cause, which puts her in the crosshairs of the FBI. All the themes in the movie are a very current topic at the moment, so I thought this movie could head in the same direction as BlacKkKlansman, and the only thing I was worried about before entering the cinema was that it would fall into the white savior trope, because the movie was centered about Jean Seberg, a white woman, in the middle of the whole racial political turmoil of the 60s, 70s. Thankfully the movie doesn't do that. I think the filmmakers were highly aware of the touchy subject they were presenting, so they had Kristen Stewart as Jean Seberg asking all the time how she can support the black movement and what she can do, and they really tried hard to not make this about her and more about how she could stand up for something that isn't right and something that she wanted to fight for. What the film doesn't do right though is it tries to do too much. As a consequence, it does nothing of it good enough to make it interesting. Because of Seberg's involvement with the Black Panther Party, she gets into the crosshairs of the FBI and is constantly harassed by them. She doesn't know it's the FBI, which leads her to have numerous breakdowns because she becomes paranoid and feels like she's been followed around, but she can't prove it. Now, if the movie would have done either thing, either the social rights movement or the psychological breakdown of a woman harassed by the state, it would have been a lot better. But by splitting the focus on these two things, it kinda brushed over a lot and didn't go too deep into the respective subjects. The timing of the release of this movie is also terrible. With all the tensions in America and around the world, a movie about that subject, if it's not done well enough, comes across as a cheap attempt at being politically woke. After the first act, which focuses mainly on the movement of the Black Panther Party and the characters involved, it leaves that behind in the second act for the psychological part of how Jean Seberg breaks down, and then tries to put those two threads together in the third act, but it's done so poorly and feels kind of forced. The movie has one redeeming aspect, and that's Kristen Stewart's performance. First of all, her camera presence and the way she enjoys acting is so present in this movie, and she fills up every scene she's in, and you can see how comfortable she feels in front of the camera, not like me. What I found particularly great about her performance in this movie is how she goes from this strong, confident, self-assured woman to having a complete mental breakdown, and the way she portrays it is great. She starts out, as I said, strong, confident, and as the movie progresses you can see how she adjusts her facial expressions, her mannerism, little gestures with her hand to show that she's slowly but surely losing it. I think the worst thing about this movie is that with a stronger script, Kristen Stewart would have given an Oscar-worthy performance. But because the movie is so weak and uninteresting, it feels like they wasted her potential, her talent. Personally, I'm loving this new era of Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart being back on screen because they're both incredibly talented. Yet only Robert Pattinson gets all the media presence and recognition. So why is that? So yeah, that really bugs me out, because both started in Twilight and were ridiculed for their roles, which kind of makes sense. But I think, given the fact that Twilight is Twilight, Kristen Stewart gave an amazing performance as Bella, because Bella is an interesting character. Yet she gets all the hate for her role she played perfectly, whereas Robert Pattinson made some weird choices, acting choices in the first Twilight. Well, this video isn't about Twilight. If you want me to do a video about Twilight, the books, the movies, I will do it, okay? Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, anyway, verdict, short and painful, the movie is not good. There are better movies if you want to watch something about political movements, about black rights movements. There are better movies to watch if you want to see psychological attacks on someone by a big organization and how helpless the individual is. And there are a lot better movies that show Kristen Stewart's talent. So that's it for this video. Sorry I couldn't be more enthusiastic about it, but my mood in the videos is represented by the movies I've seen. And this movie felt like a waste of time. Thank you for watching. If you've seen this movie or are a big fan of Kristen Stewart, let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, like, and follow me on social media. Talk to me there. The usernames will be in the description below as usual. And I hope to see you soon with a video about a better movie. Thank you so much. See you later.